Hi people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. A few explanations before I start this video. Why am I wearing shades? Absolutely zero reason, just wanted to wear shades. Also I look kind of tired, so they help. Where am I? I am in the jungle. Just thought I'd come outside, do this video as opposed to sitting in my room and just making it look real boring. So I'm sitting out in nature, it's probably about to start raining, but I'm going to fly through this now. So as you can see by the title of this video, this is going to be the top tips for people who are considering getting tattoos. Maybe you already have a few and you're looking to branch out, get a few bigger ones. Maybe you're looking to get your first one, whether it be big or small. Just a little disclaimer before I get into these tips. These are all based off of my personal experiences. I'm not claiming in any way, shape or form to be the most tattooed person in the world, but I have got a good few tattoos. I have made some decisions which I regret, which I feel like you learn a lot more from in terms of getting tattoos. So if you don't agree with my opinions, fuck off! I'm going to break the video down into maybe 4 parts. Let's get into it. Number 1, there's always a temptation when you're away with your friends, especially when there's drink involved, to get a tattoo. Oh lads, let's go get a tattoo, it'll be fun. Don't ever do it. I've been there, I've made mistakes and I regret them now. People tend to just go wild when they're young. I'm not saying that I'm in any way like real mature or old, but I feel like in terms of tattoos I've matured enough to know just to avoid holiday tattoos in general, unless you go to like an actual parlour. But anything on the side of a strip or anything, just avoid at all costs. Tip number 2, do your damn research, boy. Can't stress the importance enough of doing extensive research before you go and get a tattoo, whether it be your first again, your last, your fucking 5th. Always research your tattoos. What some people did ask me was, how do you go about doing your research? And this is something that I found when I was getting my tattoos as well. It's like, how do I actually go about starting to do research? Like, where do I go? Where do I look? How do I know what I want? How do I know what style I want? What types of style are there? So firstly, I'd recommend you type into Google different styles of tattoos, okay? That's a good basis to start. Have a scroll through the pictures and look through pictures and find something that you like. Okay, I like this style. See if you can find what style of tattoo that is. If not, find out the name of local shops in your area and literally screenshot that picture, send it on to them, and they should be happy enough to help. You just ask them what style that is, then get on to them about their artists. Do they have any artists that accommodate this style? And these are just little ways you will eventually start to become more familiar with what you actually want. That's very important, is finding out the style that you like. Tip number 3, red flags. Lads, there are some key red flags that I did not really know about when I was getting my first tattoos, which I really wish I had have known, and I'm sort of regretting now, but that's life. One of the red flags being expense. No matter what way you look at it, lads, there's no way around it. The old cliche, but good tattoos aren't cheap and cheap tattoos aren't good, and that's just a fact. So if you want a tattoo that you are proud to show off and you're really happy with, you're gonna have to pay top dollar, and there's just no other way around that. Trust me, it is worth the investment and the time to just hold on a bit, look for the right person, and in the long run, if you don't like a tattoo, you're gonna have to pay more anyway. So you might get a cheap deal here where this guy's gonna do this for you, but if you end up not liking it, you're gonna spend 3 times, 4 times the money on what you would have spent on a good tattoo on the shit one anyway, because you're going to try and get rid of it, or you're going to try and get it covered up. It's going to cost the same. So a general guideline would be, if a tattoo artist is offering a price that seems too good to be true, generally it is too good to be true. If any shop is offering anything less than, say, roughly €100 an hour, that's the kind of rate you're looking at, guys. So if you want to get a full arm piece, for example, this piece that I have on my forearm, that cost me €500, so it was 5 hours of work roughly. €500 is a lot of money, so that's why you need to really do your research. Going back to the other point, anything less than about €100 an hour roughly, you're going to have to make your own judgment call on whether you think the artist is good. So that's why you really have to look into his portfolio. Another red flag, lads, artist integrity. Artist integrity is a huge part of tattooing. Any artist who has a bit of respect for himself will not tattoo someone else's tattoo onto your body. So if you go in and say, here, I've got a picture here, this is exactly the tattoo I want, you see, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll just copy that exact tattoo that's on someone else's body onto your body. If an artist agrees to do that, get out of there immediately, just run, because that's just an immediate red flag to know that they have no integrity. They don't actually really care, they're not really into their job. A good artist should be doing custom pieces. But what I mean by that is, you should be going into a tattoo parlour and saying, right, I really like this tattoo, can you do something like this? And the artist will go, yes, of course I can. I will take this, your ideas, and put my own twist on it, because most of these artists are very creative, but generally they will be able to take your work or whatever, someone else's work, and put their own twist on it so it's not the exact same. At the end of the day, they are the artist. They know a lot more than you about tattoos, about what will look good where, why this won't look good, so you should listen to them. Don't go out of your way to persist on something that they are disagreeing with. Number 4, and my final tip of this video, lads, you must take into account when you are thinking about getting tattoos, that tattoos are extremely addictive. It might just be me, but I've heard a lot of people say that they're really addicted to getting tattoos. I don't understand what it is. I think there might be a direct correlation between the pain. It's like an adrenaline rush. where you actually, like, it's a physical addiction. It's not just like, oh, I really like tattoos, I'm gonna go get another one. Like, you enjoy the pain. It's like that adrenaline rush. It's like when people go and do whatever, like they jump off buildings. It's because of that. Like, it's a stupid thing to do, obviously, but it's that adrenaline rush that people are getting. There's another train, hold on. Tattoos being addictive isn't really the biggest deal, but when it comes to expenses, that's when it can become a problem. Lads, any money that I have saved up in the past few years has basically gone on tattoos. It's like you never really have anything saved because you're always looking for the next tattoo. You're like, right, what can I feel next? As much as I do love my tattoos, I sort of wish in the first place that I never even gone near them, purely based on the fact that I don't really have any money at all. Now, I am only a student, so that is a part of it, but I feel like it's nearly a trap. It's like, oh, I really want to get a tattoo, but then you're in, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, I want more. It's just these little things to look out for that I kind of wish I knew, like, because I probably, I don't know, it's kind of one of them hard things, because I do love getting them and I love having them on my body. At the same time, I would like some money in my bank account. So that has been the 4 tips, lads. I'm going to jump into some questions now that I was asked on my Instagram and Snapchat. The sorest place I've gotten a tattoo, again, I haven't really covered most of my body. I know there is sore parts. When you get, I don't know if you can see that, but lower down the wrist you go, the more painful it gets. I know up here was okay. There were certain parts of here that were quite sore. I do have my calf done as well. The back of my Achilles was okay. Again, I was slightly intoxicated on my 6th year holiday, so again, avoid that. So yeah, that's pain wise, I don't really know. It'd probably be down here. The lower down you go, it generally does get sore. How do you decide what tattoo place to go? Again, like I kind of mentioned earlier, you really just have to do your research on where you should go, depending on what artist is in what area. So just find out the name of the tattoo parlors in your area and go into their Facebook page, their Instagram, and look through their artist portfolios and find out where you actually want to go, because it's not where you want to go, it's where the artist is that you want to go. So you're just going to follow the artist that you really like, so wherever he is, go there. How long should you have decided on a design beforehand, or should you go in and pick something that appeals to you on the day? I generally say have an idea. A lot of these custom places, you're never going to know what you're getting anyway. You can have a lot of ideas and go in and give it to them, and they will come back with their own twist on it. And a lot of places, like, they're not going to force you to do it. If you go in and they're like, right, this is what I have, and you're like, no, I don't like that, do not be afraid to say you don't like it, because it's their job to change it. You're paying them a lot of money to do a service for you, so don't be afraid if you don't like the design that they've come up with. They'll do another one up on the spot. A lot of these places, like, they're good. Like, I know some good artists. Do you have any regrets? Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's kind of why I'm making this video, because I feel like the regrets I have are the reasons that I can give so much knowledge to people. I regret my whole calf. More or less going to get more than half sleeve on my arm. And the tattoo has a meaning to me, and want to ask someone that fucking trains. I want to ask someone that has one. Any major repercussions having it on your forearm? The only real major repercussions I can think of is maybe employment for a job, but most places these days are becoming more accommodating for people who have tattoos. Above the collar and below the sleeve I'd avoid. There is people that do get them. I'd love to do my hands and all, but I just don't. I haven't got the balls, really. I'm not a judgmental person. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I know that there is places that will judge you on that. If you're looking to get to like a corporate kind of a job, then that might be a problem. But repercussions, really, man, like, it's up to you. Like, it's whatever you make of it. If you really want a tattoo, like, I mean, go for it. Like, I'm hoping that some of the tips that I have given you in this video will make you rethink certain things and have a better idea of what you actually do want to do. This is a good one. I want to get a tattoo, but I don't have something that is significant enough in my life for me to put it on my body. Would I be in the wrong mindset to think it has to be significant, or can it be art? What was your first tattoo and why did you get it? I'm not going to go into my tattoos, I might do that in a later video, but to answer our question on whether a tattoo has to be significant or not, I personally don't think they do at all. Like, I completely understand what this girl was saying about she wants a tattoo, but like, she doesn't have anything significant enough. You don't have to have something significant. Now, people, again, these are just my opinions. Maybe some people might think different because it is going to be on your body for your life. If you really go about doing your research and it's something that you've really wanted, why not go do it? Like, you don't live long enough to, like, if you really want something and then, like, you're just putting it off because you don't have, like, someone who's died or something. Like, you don't have to know someone who's died, because the chances are no one's going to be able to fill their whole arm up with, like, shit that means something to them anyway, unless they, like, their fucking dad got hit by a train when they're 2, their mad had a plane land on them, their baby brother joined ISIS or something. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be significant at all. Again, just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Does it hurt? Kind of the same question, but no, not really. I don't think it does anyway. And that's really all the questions I got. Thank you to the people that did ask me some questions. There are actually some good ones in there. I'm going to wrap this video up real quick because I can see that the battery is flashing. If you did enjoy, leave it a like. Comment if you agree with my opinions, if it helped, if you changed your opinion. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Lads, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, bitch!